Last night, about 12 to 15 people from an organization called the People's Rights showed up at Judge Manweiler's personal residence. The People's Rights organization is believed to be led by Mr. Ammon Bundy, and defendants Von Schmidt and Baker are believed to be members of this group. Prior to the arrest yesterday on the failure to appear, Mr. Bundy shouted at the Ada County Sheriff's Office to arrest Judge Manweiler for violating the law and his rights. The protesters, again, believed to be directed by this defendant, for about 90 minutes were at Judge Manweiler's house. They yelled and chanted obscenities and profanities. They wrote tyrant, mask hole, and dismissed the case in chalk on the sidewalk and curb directly in front of his house. One of the protesters rang the doorbell twice and requested the judge to come outside and answer questions. They told a neighbor they were just getting started and that they would return the next evening for round two. So based on the particular facts and circumstances of this failure to appear, the state believes that the $10,000 bond and that pretrial release order are appropriate, and we'd ask you to keep bond as set. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Welsh. Mr. Bundy, do you wish to be heard on bail, sir?
Well, I'll just say that Ms. Welsh absolutely has no proof that I yelled arrest Judge Manweiler, because I did not say that. In fact, I actually reprimanded someone for saying it because I didn't think it was appropriate at the time. So if she can give you proof that that actually happened, I would request that, because it sounds magnificent, but it's just not accurate. I did show up at the court to participate in my trial. I was prepared to participate in trial. I actually am very prepared and was looking forward to in front of the jury explaining how basically I would be acquitted. I think even if I was to get in front of Judge Manweiler at this time and could present to him the new evidence that we have, I think he would have to dismiss the case. Last week, he dismissed one of the cases that was on me. There was two. This is all beginning from the Capitol building when we were there, the special session. I was peaceful. I was non-disruptive.
Mr. Bundy, I want to caution you, you're going into the substance of your underlying case. You have the right to remain silent. I think it's appropriate that you wait until trial to make any statements.
I'm willing to hear you. Wrong. I'm just trying to give you a better picture so you can judge me better. That's all. And I think my main case is that there's just no way I can defend myself in this position. I'm held in a holding cell, Ada County jail. I've not been allowed to use the phone at all. I've not been able to communicate with any of my legal team, including counsel. And that this circumstance certainly would never offer a fair trial to me. I have litigated this case myself with the assistance of a legal team, and there's just no way I could communicate or have access to my records or my files or any of that if I was held. And so anyway, other than the circumstances are pretty miserable here, I just ask that you consider my desire and I think my right to have a fairer trial. And I've never threatened anybody. I've never asked anybody to threaten anybody. It's just not what I do.
Understood. Thank you, Mr. Bundy. What I'm going to do regarding bail is leave bail as set by the trial court. I have drafted a pretrial release order. The conditions of release, Mr. Bundy, will be that you commit no new crimes, that you attend all of your court appearances, that you notify the court of any change of address or phone number within 24 hours. You can do that by contacting the clerk of the court. It's also a term of release that you comply with any and all court orders previously issued in this case, including but not limited to the wearing of a court-approved mask, covering the nose and mouth while entering into and remaining inside a courthouse, as well as in-person participation in court proceedings or court business, and it is a condition of release that you comply with the booking process so that you can be booked in and out if you do choose to post bail in the case. Your case is scheduled for a jury trial May 10th at 8:15 in the morning. If there are any issues with that date from counsel or from you, Mr. Bundy, I'll ask that you reach out by motion to Judge Manweiler to address the date there. Anything else, Ms. Welsh?
Just for the record, I have a homicide trial previously scheduled and subpoenas out, including out-of-state witnesses on May 11th, but I will do as Your Honor just instructed and contact the court. I'd also like to say that the other case against Mr. Bundy was actually dismissed on the state's motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Welsh. Mr. Bundy, any questions for me, sir?
Yes, I just, your order at the beginning, you talked about bail. Was that, I did not understand that.
Certainly, sir. So I'm going to leave bail as it was set by Judge Manweiler in the amount of $10,000. In addition to that bail, though, I'm issuing a pretrial release order in your case, and those conditions of release that I just went through are the conditions of release for you to remain out on that bail if you post it.